Hey, what's up YouTube? Today I'm going to show you an Oakensoul heavy attack build for the Magicka Sorcerer, also known as MagSorc. This build utilizes only heavy attacks and thus no light attacks are required for this build. Furthermore, this build parses 86k on the trial dummy and is a good easy way to start getting into more group content. This is not a solo build, but with maybe a skill change or two, it should be fine for overland content as well. So starting off in the character sheet, I have 64 points in a Magicka and I'm running the Thief Mundus. For the race, I'm a High Elf. I think High Elves are probably one of the best choices for Magicka DPS right now. For the food, we're going to be running Clockwork Citrus Fillet for any hard content. An easier and cheaper option would be Witch Mother's Potent Brew. And lastly, if you're parsing or just want more sustain in general, then Ghastly Eyeball is always the go-to. For the potions, because we're running Oakensoul Ring, we're just going to use standard essence of Magicka. The reason we're not running Spell Power Pots is because we don't need access to Major Sorcery or Major Prophecy because Oakensoul provides that for us. So therefore, we only need Major Intellect, which can be found from regular essence of Magickas. So for CP, for the blue tree, we're going to be running Master at Arms, Weapons Expert, Wrathful Strikes, and Backstabber. For the red tree, Boundless Vitality, Fortified, Rejuvenation, and Siphoning Spells. So for the gear, we're going to be running 5 pieces of Sergeant's Mail, paired with 5 pieces of Noble Duelist, 1 piece Slime Crawl, and 1 piece Oakensoul. So breaking it down in the main hand, we have a Lightning Staff of the Sergeant in Precise with a Flame Damage enchant. For the head, we have 1 piece Slime Crawl in Divines with a Max Mag enchant. For the chest, we have 1 piece of Sergeant's Mail in Divines with a Max Mag enchant. For the rest of the body, we have 5 pieces of Noble Duelist. These are all going to be traded in Divines with Max Mag enchants. And for the jewelry, we have 2 pieces of Sergeant's Mail jewelry, both with spell damage enchants traded in Bloodthirsty. And lastly, for the Oakensoul ring, it's going to be Bloodthirsty with a spell damage enchant as well. For the skills, we're going to be running Daedric Prey, Blockade of Storms, Hurricane, Volatile Familiar, Twilight Tormentor, and Greater Storm Atronach. So for the rotation, we're just going to be holding our heavy attack button down, and we're going to be queuing in skills as soon as they expire. So the priority of skills to cast would be Daedric Prey, Hurricane, Volatile Familiar, and Blockade of Storms. And then whenever you have your Greater Storm Atronach, just drop that as soon as possible. When you don't have anything to cast, just hold down your heavy attack button, and you should be good to go. So closing thoughts, first up, the sets we're running, Noble Duelist and Sergeant's Mail, are some of the harder ones to keep up. Sergeant's Mail builds stacks whenever you heavy attack, so you constantly have to be heavy attacking. And Noble Duelist requires you to be in melee range. These are the strongest sets in terms of flat damage boost. Other alternatives include Undaunted Unweaver, Undaunted Infiltrator. Unweaver requires you to use a stamina skill, and Infiltrator requires you to use a Magicka skill. Infallible Mage, this is just a set and forget. And lastly, Stormmaster, where you do have to do a crit with your heavy attack to proc the effect. So as far as skill alternatives go, the first one that would probably go would be Hurricane. You can just swap that out for whatever skill you need. A good choice would be something like Crit Surge. And if you want to keep the same bars and just want to slot a heal, then you can always swap your Twilight Tormentor into the Matriarch Morph. And I think that wraps it up. Thanks for watching the video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below, or better yet, come join our Discord. My website is now available and open to the public. I will try my best to update it for every build I make. Furthermore, I'd like to get into content creation full time, so I've started a channel membership for those who would like to support me. One added perk is that members will get build request priority. Both of the links will be in the description. And lastly, if you feel like the build has helped you in any way, please consider subbing and liking the video. Once again, thank you again, and attached is a parse. See you in the next one.